as you can see, we're not where we left off last time, obviously. And these two armies are going to defend Drummer. Well, that army's defending Drummer, I think. I'm heading to help. They're sieging Asta, but we're just being caught out by these two lords. As you can see, we're looking like we're going to win it. We're in defensive position. We do have basically 0 elite men. We have very heavily recruited up army. This is very dark. It also looks... I don't know if it's just my screen, but it also looks a bit red.
Troops, foot forward!
I don't know, but we're obviously going to have to deal with it. I do obviously apologise for the hard to see battle. Let's see if I go into full mode. Yeah, it's still like red in like photo mode as well. I don't know, we'll be back obviously once we're actually in the battle. Well, not in the battle, but once we've actually got our men closer, so I'll see you then. Right, so we're back. I think it's a glitch, because if I shoot, look, it's red arrows. Yeah, I've got red arrows. There's something glitchy going on here, but I'm just going to deal with it. We're just going to do this battle. But yeah, I'll see if it's the same in the recording. But there's red arrows. I don't know if you can see, but if you look at the projectile, it's literal red. I don't really know. But either way, we're just going to continue with the battle. We're going to crush these Britannians. I'm obviously not going to retreat from the battle just so it's not glitchy. Yeah, we are definitely crushing them here. We have got very, very, very weak men though. Like tier 3s, like some of our highest men. We've got a few tier 4s and 5s, very few. We've got maybe like 15 or something. But the majority weak. Oh. Pyrodor with his... I don't even know what. Might be able to take me down here. Yeah, we managed to take him down first though, luckily. It does look like our shield wall is working effectively here, because we're absolutely crushing them. Our shield wall is working very effectively here. Obviously, it is a bit sad that last episode we lost a decent chunk of our force, but it's not terrible. We have obviously got a lot of men recruited up. Yeah, we've got basically no men left. Yeah, I've got no clue what happened with this map. But yeah, I'm shooting red projectiles. Yeah, I don't know if it's just that map. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it's not my full game. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's my full game. It just looks like it was that map. Yeah, it kind of looks like it was just that map, which obviously is better than the full game. And we've got 113 upgrades. Yeah, it looks like a lot of the tier 4s are now getting maxed here. And we've got a decent chunk of upgrades. As you can see, 52 archer upgrades. Every single one of the highborns we recruited. We spent a while recruiting up highborns. I'd probably say I spent like 10 minutes just recruiting up men. Because it took a while, like, to run through all different villages and stuff. But we obviously got them in. Yeah, it does look like it was just that battle. Yeah, the rest of my game looks fine. Oh, they've got a lot of men there. We've got 1,000 men versus 600. Then we've got a castle siege. How many men do they have? 200. Is there anybody reinforcing that? No. They've got 127 against 200. We should be able to win that. Obviously, we need to win this battle first. But we've got, yeah, a leadership perk. I'm not too sure. Oh, we're definitely going to put a point in leadership then. I was going to say I'm not too sure, but leadership needs a point in. Plus, if we get another point in there, we can max out leadership at some point in this campaign. We've already got very, very high stats so far. Just in a few episodes here, we've already gained an insane amount of strength. I think we're probably just going to want... I'm not really hiring any. No, I think we're just going to get 20% more morale. I normally go with the bandit thing, but in all honesty, we never use the bandits, so we might as well get a little bit extra morale from battles. Let's see. Yeah, it just looked like that was that battle. This battle does look beautiful, though. The nice rain downhill. We have no archers. I'm just going to retreat, honestly. We're not getting our infantry involved. I was hoping to get, like, a lot of the archers. This is a beautiful cinematic battle here. Our front lines meeting on the battlefield. I'm going to quickly take a photo. Right, so we're back. So it obviously didn't take that much out of the actual battle here. But yeah, we can go ahead and just crush them here, hopefully. I'm not going to have any men on the battle, because I really don't think it's worth charging, like, 20 recruits in. They're just going to end up dying. They're not really going to gain that much XP. I can get them more XP just by getting some kills. Plus, it means I don't have to be issuing out orders or anything. Yeah, it does look like we're just going to demolish the forces here. I don't know why we outnumber them so heavily. Actually, we're not outnumbering them. I've just realised we've just killed 90 of them. That's why I outnumber them so heavily, because we've just killed 90 of them. Well, we've killed 100 of them now. Plus, I can take out a lot of these lords. Because obviously I'm attacking their archer line, and their archer line has all their lords at. Oh, yeah, the more lords we take down, obviously, the better. Because it's obviously decreasing their morale, and they've just lost 2 lords. And they didn't even kill the person who took down their 2 lords. Yeah, our cavalry charges just sweeping through them. I might be able to kill 3 of their lords before going down. No, their lord just got shot by an arrow as I was about to kill him. I got robbed there. I am very, very weak, and I'm definitely going to go down in a second here. But if we can get maybe 5 more kills or something like that, or even 4 more kills, so we come out of this battle with 15 kills. 15 kills on the enemy is definitely not bad. Looks like we might be able to get more than 15 kills. Here we've got 16. Obviously, it's not much more, but an extra kill or 2 is definitely helpful. Yeah, it does look like we're just absolutely destroying their army here. Yeah, my two-handed skills definitely improved, and I think it is definitely to do with skills now. I think they've redone the skills since obviously the last time I played, you know, the last campaign, and I think they've definitely reworked a lot of the stats. Because before it was definitely a noticeable difference, but we were still pretty powerful when we didn't have any skills. But now it looks like you're a lot weaker when you don't have any skills. But it also means you gain a lot more strength when you gain more skills, which I think is definitely balanced. I think it's definitely balanced. I'm actually living a lot longer than I thought I would here. I thought I was going to go down a lot earlier in this battle. But it doesn't look like we're going to. It looks like we're just going to crush them here. Oh yeah, I went down finally. But it does look like we're going to wipe their last little bit of forces here. They've just lost 500 men. Yeah, they're even giving up now. Yeah, we can just free all the lords. I don't think... Actually, we can donate them to the garrison here. So, obviously, I think what we're going to do is we're going to quickly donate some of the men that aren't really what we want in our army, like the Valandian sharpshooters. We're going to donate them, then we're going to head to Asta to reinforce them, so I'll see you then. Right, so we're back. Sadly, the army gave up as we were about to help them here. Which is actually pretty bad, because Asta's then going to heal up the men that they've just lost. We're going to heal up the men, but we could have just won that straight out. Well, outright. But we're going to reinforce them here. They've got 800 men now sieging. Unless is Osprey is sieging something. They have still got Pendrea Castle. Yeah, also what I did note... Oh, yeah, what I did notice, which I was going to say, is that, yeah, definitely the north. The north's pretty powerful, and the north's at war with the south, which sieging Fycron makes sense then. I think we're going to help out in Asta, so I'm going to just join the forces at Asta, and we'll be back once we're ready to launch the assault, so I'll see you then. Right, so we're back, and I'm really not sure what's happening with my battle lord. I don't know if it's... I don't know. I've got no clue what's happening. I don't know whether it's the maps or what, really. But I've got no clue. I can't tell if they've just broke it or what, but it's extremely like weird looking. I'm definitely not too sure what's happening. It might just be, honestly, it might just be the maps might be glitched or something. I don't know. I was just looking there. That's why we had a little cut. I was looking in my like settings to see if I accidentally turned on like color visuals or something and changed like the color of it or whatever. But no, there's no like color setting or anything. So I've really got no clue what's happening. I've got zero clue what's happening. Obviously, we're just going to continue with the battle, and I might have a look. I might finish this battle, and I might have a decent cut and have a look. Maybe search up why. It might literally just be that the maps that we've just been into are a little bit glitched. Or it could be, I don't know, it could be to do with my disc, I don't know. Something. Something's definitely going on. Something weird. As I said, that guy's body just yeets about. Obviously, with the Fiend Champion now opening up the gates, we should be doing pretty well. Yeah, I've really got no clue what's happening with the colours on the maps. It could literally just be the maps, or I don't really know what. Yeah, I've just went down, sadly. But yeah, we should be able to win this battle pretty quickly, even though I'm not really involved too much. Yeah, we've just won. And I'm gonna have a quick look, obviously, but I fiddled about with my settings and didn't fix it, so I'm not too sure. Obviously, we'll be back with the Asta vote here. Actually, what I'm gonna do quickly, I'm not gonna fight this battle because I know I'm not gonna win. I'm just doing this for a test. Is it every battle?
Stop there.
I'm gonna put my settings back to what it was because I changed my settings a little bit. Is it every map or is it just like the two maps that we've been in? No, it looks perfectly fine now. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's happening then. Because I think if it was a problem with my disc or PS5, then it would happen to most battles. It might just be as simple as the fact of they've accidentally screwed up those maps or something. Yeah, so obviously we'll be back with the vote here. So I'll see you then. Right, so we're back. We've got the vote here, but we can't actually vote for anything unless we want to lose influence. So we're just going to leave it like that. Right, so we're back. We were trying to defend this, obviously, but they did just basically crush the army. So we're just going to send troops here. We could do with actually declaring war on like a stronger faction here, because the Britannian War is getting a little bit too easy for us. Like, we're crushing them with basic ease here. Like, we're not taking much casualties here. Yeah, that's planning on sieging Pendryax. So if we take that, that's the last castle we can siege. Then the only thing we can siege is like towns and stuff. We have got 3k for peace. We've got 0% support for any other war. Yeah, so it doesn't look like we're gonna make peace. We have got a perk. Well, we've got 2 perks here. And what does this give us? Like the... I think it's probably better getting 5 loyalty, because if we sit in our town, We can get 5 loyalty and 5 security. That's going to be very nice for us. It is costing us a lot of money a day, though. It's costing us, yeah, 1.7. So we're losing 400 on our towns. Which isn't great, but at the same time, we've got a lot of men in the towns. We're going to see if we can catch up to the 65. If we free the prisoners, we might be able to. Yeah, we definitely can if we free the prisoners. Oh, not in a forest, though.
It's been a way.
Oh, they're actually attacking us. They've got 170 men. 3 lords band together. Then there's another 70 there. Is there anybody in that town? No, so it looks like if we win this, we're kind of just in the clear to kind of run back. We're going to obviously save here. Obviously, this is going to be beautiful if we win. Hopefully the map isn't glitched again. Hopefully it isn't.
Under my orders.
Yeah, it looks like the map's fine. It just looks like there's a few of the maps that are glitchy.
Or forward.
How many? They have 100 infantry. We've got 60 infantry, so we can definitely crush them here. Yeah, if we get our men in formation, we can definitely crush them here. Where would be a good point to hold? Probably like here with the infantry.
Bowman.
The archers are in a loose formation, but they're a bit too wide in loose formation.
Forward. Move forward. Move.
I don't know why they want the men so far forward.
Forward.
That's like a good place to put the men. We can shield wall our infantry. We just let them advance because they're the attackers, so we can just sit back.
Ready yourselves. Move.
Yeah, our men have obviously moved forward a little bit. We've got 5 cavalry. There's not really too much we can do with them. I think we're just going to move them off to the side there. Yeah, they are about 200 away, so I might want to... I think we're just going to lead an assault myself on one of their cavalry units, see if we can wipe out 4 of their men. Because them losing one of their cavalry flanks would then even out the cavalry a decent chunk. They've got more infantry, they've got 40 more infantry, but we've got 20 more archers. They do have 4 more cavalry. But with me hopefully wiping their cavalry. Yeah, we just need to kill the last few pieces of their cavalry here. Yeah, we just killed 3 of their cavalry. They've only got 1 cavalryman left on this unit, and then they've got 4 on the next, but we outnumber them.
You are dead.
Yeah, I just can't manage to hit this guy. The infantry does look like it's getting close to our lines. Yeah, we're just going to leave this guy. We need to be commanding our army more than just fighting 1 troop. Yeah, our formation looks like it can definitely hold out. We can charge the cavalry now. And now what I think we're going to do is we're just going to move them over this side here. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to try and push them through their lines. We're going to move them through their lines, try and get a nice angle on them. Hopefully our infantry aren't facing the wrong way. Doesn't look like they are. Oh, it does look like it's going slightly bad here. We're going to have to charge the infantry. I was trying to get a flank on them, but they just ended up charging our archers, which is definitely the smarter idea. But it's not a smarter idea when they're outnumbered. They're outnumbered heavily by our archers, plus we're charging them in the back. Yeah, we are getting very good damage with our archers now. We're going to move our archers back a decent chunk, honestly. We need to get them away from the front lines here. Because they're just trying to charge our archers, which is obviously nice for our infantry, but bad for the archers. We're going to regroup the infantry on that. Yeah, we're just going to charge. They've got 50 men left. We have took a little bit of casualties, but nowhere near the amount they've took. Yeah, there were 30 archers left. That's all they've got left. Our cavalry can just fall on me. We're going to advance our archers, and we should just be able to crush them here. We've got 36 infantry. Me and some cavalry against their 30 archers. Yeah, we should just be able to absolutely destroy them here. Yeah, they've got some forest bandits and stuff. Oh, that's actually their lord. I've just got heavy down. Yeah, the lord just went down now. Well, one of them, should I say. Oh, I've just realised the forest recruits are from the mercenary. It's like a forest mercenary or something. Yeah, so we just wiped their entire force, 14 casualties, which isn't bad, especially considering they were thinking they were going to win. Oh, we've actually got 45 men we can take. We're not going to take all of them, but we're going to take definitely a few of them. Oh, yeah, there's definitely some nice men we can take here. Yeah, there's some beautiful men we can take here. Yeah, that's quite good, the men we've just took there. Plus, we can get 98 upgrades. Yeah, it looks like we're maxing out a lot more of the men again. We've got some very elite men. Like, the bulk of my force now is tier 4s. So, obviously, that's pretty good. And we'll be back once we've got, like, another battle or something. So, I'll see you then. So, we're back, as you can see. And I did quickly just reset my game. I don't know if that's going to... Oh, peace off from Britannia. Oh, luckily we are going to do the siege first here. We don't really need the extra 400. We've got 900 versus 200. We take this, then we make peace. Then Britannia's just got 5 towns left.
Take over command!
Which is obviously going to be pretty nice here. Have we got all the Syrians or just one? Looks like we've got ladders, which is great for us.
Retreat!
Yeah, I'm going to retreat my men. I've got 22 men. They're not going to do that much on the field of battle. It's better me just saving the men, honestly. In my opinion. It does look like not all the battles... It's definitely not all the battles. And also, this looks like the same map. I'm not too sure. Maybe me resetting my game might have fixed it. Because normally what I do with recording is I'll record a few episodes at once and then edit them over the course of the rest of the week. And sort out the thumbnails and titles and, you know, all the other bits. So all I did was I just quickly reset my disc, and my disc was actually quite hot. So I'm not sure if that's why the battles have been looking weird, or if it's Tail Worlds have just screwed up a little bit and made it a bit glitchy. Obviously it's not the end of the world, it's just a little bit of weird coloured game. So it's not that bad, but obviously it's better if the game looks regular. If I can just sit on these stairs and pick up some kills, this is going to be quite good here. I'm taking damage, so it's not like it's free kills, but they are losing men a lot faster than if our troops were climbing this ladder. Which is definitely good, because the less men they have on this wall, the easier we can take it. Yeah, it looks like they're running away from a few men, which is obviously going to make it a lot harder for them to retake it, which is obviously very good for us. Yeah, we're absolutely just cutting through their men. Oh, I need to be careful not to go down here. I don't think I will, considering there's only 3 of them. 3 people I can deal with quite easily. If there's like 10 of them or something, it's quite hard to deal with. But obviously, yeah, we are just destroying them here. Yeah, we managed to take the walls already. And we've got on the walls with probably like 30-40 men. 30-40 men just wipe out the 50 militia and the garrison. Yeah, we're absolutely just demolishing them here. Obviously, once you get on the walls and you outnumber the enemy on the walls, it's kind of just over at that point, unless they've got stronger men. Which obviously, if you're running around with militia, you definitely don't have stronger men. Also, I did look, and the north owns Vycane. So the north did take Vycane, which means the south is now getting a lot weaker. which I'm not particularly that bothered about. But we do need to obviously go to war with Sturgia and get myself another town here. Sturgian town, because we need to get those up and running ASAP. Because the sooner we get them up and running, the sooner we're going to get rich. Because obviously the Empire town I'm not putting money into. Yeah, they've got 4 men left. I'm obviously not going to put money into them for the project, which means we're not getting much done there. Yeah, so we did just take that, and then we can open up the Battanian peace support and see what we're at. Yeah, we do have 12 relation. How much do we gain from this? Did we even gain any relation? I'm not sure if we gained any relation there. Yeah, obviously we can open up the 4,700. That's a lot of money. That's like 470 per clan. We definitely should have. Oh, Belga. We can get a lot of relation with Belga here. Putting 150 influence in. Yeah, we just gained like 40 relation with him. Yeah, so we can obviously go ahead and exit this. How many men do we have? We need 1 more troop. Yeah, it's really not that big of a problem. Pendriax Castle. Who's that? Oh, I'm on the board. I don't want it to go to myself, obviously. But I'm on the board, which is a good thing. We can get 100 relation with him. Well, not 100 relation, but we can get 100 influence worth of relation with him. And obviously we need to go to war. Is there any... Oh, we want to go to war with the north. The west's at war with Britannia. The south's at war with the north, as we already know. Azari, Sturgia are at full peace. Do we only want war with the north? Sadly, we do. We only want war with the north. Which, it makes sense considering the north's, like, got Rementoil and Thlium, Mazadan, like, all up in there. But yeah, they've took Ficain. I want to go to war with Sturgia, obviously. I want to get Revel and stuff. But we're going to head to my town. I'm going to drop off some men, recruit up some men. And we'll be back once we've got a war, obviously. Oh, that's actually beautiful here. Exactly what we want is some Sturgian war. As we were about to leave off, some Sturgian war. Plus there's a lord right here we can catch, hopefully. Yeah, we can go ahead and crush him here. On the field of battle here. We can kill him, gather a force, take a Revel. If they give a Revel to me, that's going to be beautiful. My only thought is that this clan might get a Revel. One of those 2 clans might get Revel. We'll obviously go ahead and see, though. We'll either siege Revel or Ormor, I think. One of those 2 is probably going to go to me. If I can get both, that's going to be beautiful, because we might be able to get the rest of the towns. I think my goal is definitely Revel, Varcheg, and Ormor. And then any of those other 4 Sturgian towns we can get is just even better. But we're obviously going to crush Foreman here. We're going to obviously save just in case my game crashes, but that's definitely beautiful here. It couldn't be more perfectly timed. Yeah, so we're going to crush Foreman. It definitely couldn't have been more perfectly timed. We want Sturgian war, 2 seconds later they declare war. That's actually perfect here. They do have probably, I was going to say probably a strong cavalry force, but as I look, they have less cavalry than me, and I don't have that much cavalry here. I say that, but actually I do have a decent chunk of cavalry. I have a lot of... Yeah, I have a lot of, like, banner knight stuff. We are the attackers, so we can't really sit back. Which means we're going to get the infantry advancing already. Yeah, we're just going to be shooting at them here. Obviously, the more damage we can get dealt, the better. How many men do they have? They have 1 archer. We can just advance the archers then. The infantry can be advancing, but the archers, if we get our archers in range, we can shred them if we get the archers in range. Because we're going to have 1 archer shooting back at 80 archers. We're going to pick them to pieces. They do outnumber us almost double. Well, actually, they do outnumber us double, basically. Yeah, we can go ahead and just crush the Sturgians. As I said, that one of them just swung at my back. Yeah, as our infantry advances, the cavalry can just crush their cavalry. And we could just absolutely demolished them with overwhelming numbers.
Raise your shields!
Yeah, just sitting with a nice formation like that, the Fiend Champions and stuff should just be able to demolish their forces. We can gather an army, take some Sturgian hounds, really crumble some Sturgian land.
Cavalry, forward!
We're going to fall back to cavalry. The cavalry's advancing a bit too fast. We're going to advance the not archers, the infantry. We are actually going to advance the archers, actually. Get them a bit better field of view. Oh, they're actually... I was going to say they're actually charging, but no, they just formed up on a shield wall. Now they're charging. They were just forming up on a shield wall before charging. They do have some very nice infantry, but nowhere near as good as my force. Yeah, we can just hold out here. And their force is just going to get crushed. Yeah, this is obviously going very beautifully here. They're just distracting our archers. We could do with killing them. Yeah, we lost 2 troops. And we're going to wipe out this full Sturgian force. Yeah, we're just absolutely demolishing them here. I'm even going to move the infantry to the side just to open up our archers to hit some of them. Then we're just going to charge. Yeah, they're dwindled down way too much that they can't do anything anymore. Yeah, they've got 8 men. Can the 8 man manage to pull off like 1 more kill? No, they can't. We just destroyed them here. That's beautiful. We can obviously free him for some relation. There's also some nice troops we might want to hire. We don't want to take all of them, obviously. But we do want to take, I think, just that, honestly. We can get another 10 Fiend Champions. I don't think we're going to let any of the men off into our garrisons, because we need the strong force to take some of these towns here. We've got 600 influence, basically, so we can get some work done. And I think we're just going to gather an army here. How many men are at the Sturgian town? Almost got 500, basically. And Varnapol's got 520, so it doesn't really make a difference. Oh wait, we were looking at Varnapol, not Tylel. Wait, Tylel, no, Revel. Ooh, Revel's actually a lot lighter defended. 424. We've got 150. Oh, 50 influence. I'm not paying 50 influence for him. Those lords aren't too bad. For 70 influence, we can get 300. That should be a good enough force. How many men's that? 1,000. Yeah, that should be a very nice force to take a town here. Yeah, we have about 40 men that we want to get rid of here. Well, not get rid of, but put in the garrison. We might need them, but I think it's better to make sure they don't die. That's obviously going to put us in a severe lack of men currently. But we can go ahead and just do that, and that's going to bump up our numbers heavily here. We're going to recruit up while we're gathering our army. And obviously we'll be back once we're ready to launch the assault. We're also going to sell all of our loot and stuff. We've got quite a lot of money in loot here. So yeah, we're going to sell all of our loot and stuff. And I'll be back. Ooh, some good footwear here. There's also some... They are slightly worse. Yeah, I think we're going to wear them. Yeah, so we're going to sell, obviously, a decent chunk of loot. And we're going to recruit up, and we'll be back once we've got our army ready to siege, so I'll see you then. Right, so we're back, as you can see. We're on the way marching to... Oh, those are annoying. I was trying to kill them to obviously stop them from raiding my village, but they've just managed to get away. Oh no, they haven't got away. Yes, we can go ahead and kill him for obviously attacking our village here. We're not gonna take them. Oh, we have got another 2 troops worth of that, and we've also got a lot of now more elite men. We have got some recruits. We've got like 40 recruits or something like that, 40 like bad men. But we also have got like 60 elite men. Or 70 elite men or something. That army, there was an army of like 700 that we passed. We couldn't catch out. We'd end up just walking all the way back to Pendrax just to kill them. So I just walked past them. And we let them siege Pendrax, and I'm hoping Heckard has a big enough force. Yeah, he has a big enough force that he can stop them. He heads to Pendrax. That garrison burns out maybe 120 of their men. And then Heckard steps in, and they should be able to sweep them up. We're going to siege Revel, and we're going to hope he goes to me, but I think I'm either... I might not even risk it. I've got 2 options, because they've already put me on the board. Ooh, Marus getting sieged by, I think, the West. Yeah, the Western Empire. I've got 2 options. I can either siege Revel and risk not getting it and keep Legetta, or I can give away Legetta and practically guarantee get Revel. I'm not too sure what we're going to do, because it is making us most of our money. Legetta, obviously that's like 1 grand a day. So it's worth keeping, but it's not worth keeping over a Sturgian town that we're going to want to... Obviously... Yeah, it's making us 1.1k a day for basically free. Oh, they're running from Godham's party. Yeah, it looks like we're going to lose Pendrax, but for the price of getting Revel, I think it's not too bad. Especially considering that we're slowly going to burn through Sturgis towns and stuff, and then eventually they're going to have no money because they're not going to have any towns. And obviously castles aren't really worth it, because they're going to garrison them up with like 400 each castle, which isn't going to be worth it for them. That's going to be quite nice, a little bonus of speed. Yeah, I think that's just going to be better overall. I think we're just going to launch the assault, honestly. 1,000 men versus 400. That should be a pretty good siege, but I think we will be able to take it. And we might be able to gain a few towns here. Quite a few towns here. Yeah, I'm not too sure whether we want to give away Legetta or not. But we have until the vote to decide. This is also the first siege, I think, I've commanded fully, because we haven't really done much sieging. We haven't really done much army making, in all honesty. I think this might be our first actual big army we've created this campaign. Because obviously Revel basically we just joined in the attack and they handed it to us, practically. Where's the ladders? The ladders aren't... No, so we clearly don't siege this side of the wall. Both sets of ladders must be over here. Yeah, both sets of ladders do look like they're over here.
Charge! Soldiers! Charge! Infantry!
We're gonna have to be careful of that catapult though. That catapult could deal a lot of damage, especially to my Fiend champions and stuff. Well, we don't actually... I don't think we have Fiend champions, so they could deal it. We have Fiends. We have Battanian Fiends. It doesn't matter, we've got 1 troop on the battlefield. The commander of this army has 1 troop on the battlefield. I'm not sure... No, I didn't think that would block a spear. Ooh, they've got a fat garrison on this wall. I probably could have done with building something. I don't think I can be the first one up, honestly. I think I'll definitely die, and if I die, I think this battle's basically over. They've got 40 men on the other wall. I might try and head up the other wall. Or if not, I might just be an archer. Actually, no, I'll just try and archer spot it. Is there still men on this side of the wall? I think we're just gonna shoot a couple shots at this side of the wall just so they think we're getting aggroed. Because sometimes when you're just fully going up one side of the wall, they eventually figure it out and then they just completely and utterly smack all of their infantry on one side of the wall. Which makes sense. If I'm going fully up one side of the wall, why would you not smack all the infantry up that side? Meet all my infantry with all your infantry, but I don't know why our men aren't climbing. We are dealing a little bit more casualties than they're taking. Ooh, we're actually getting a breakthrough here a little bit on this side. We're not going to have much of a breakthrough if we don't continue reinforcing this with more numbers. Yeah, we should be getting men climbing. Yeah, we're starting to get some men on the walls, like actual numbers. They've got some reinforcements for their own walls, but yeah, we've got like 15 men on the walls here, holding back their infantry. We could get flanked, which I need to watch out for. We could definitely get flanked by their other wall. There are other, like, 50 men on that other wall holding. But I doubt they'd risk losing that side of the wall just to take this side back. Yeah, we've got a lot of men on this wall now. This is definitely doable. I've actually got a javelin in my shoulder from when I was climbing up the ladder. Yeah, it does look like we're just going to cruise through the wall now. They've got a decent force. They definitely have a decent force. They've got 150 men, but we just outnumber them too heavily now. They've only got 500 men in total, and they've lost 60 of them. Yeah, it's definitely going pretty well here. Yeah, we've got like, I'd probably say like 80 men on the walls here. We've got probably 80 men on the walls against 100. They will get reinforcements, and that will be a problem when they get reinforcements. Ooh. Yeah, that surging heavy spearman did work on me here. Yeah, we might take another one down. I think we're just gonna kind of fall back to our lines. Because right now I'm just fighting the gate single-handedly, which is definitely not good. Yeah, it's been an absolute massacre here. Yeah, it's been an absolute massacre. Yeah, what I realized, obviously, because I don't know if you know, like early in my channel, I didn't like the fact that lords would die in battles. So I actually had that turned off so it was only me. So everybody was invincible to deaths, any hero. But now I've got it so it's only my clan members and me that are invincible to obviously dying, not invincible in battle, because we can obviously go down, but we're gonna get wounded. But I thought like you'd die like after like 3 battles or something, a lord would die, but no, so it's like actually very rare still. So it's actually definitely not a bad setting. I originally thought it was going to be like a horrendous setting where all the lords would just end up dying out and everything, but no, it's actually not too bad. It's actually quite rare, so it's actually quite a good setting. And it's actually quite good that I obviously decided to turn it on, because obviously it makes the campaign a little bit more interesting with new lords. Obviously it doesn't happen often, but occasionally there'll be a random lord as a clan leader, or the kingdom will have a new lord one episode and I'll be surprised. Yeah, we're absolutely just putting their men down though. Yeah, they've took 300 casualties to 60. We're absolutely destroying them here. We just managed to get on the walls quick enough that we destroyed them. This could have took a very bad turn if we didn't take the walls as fast as we did. Also, I've got 56 kills, which is obviously incredible considering that their entire garrison only got 60. So it's very incredible that I've got 56 kills. If I can kill those two, I think I might get 60 kills. Yeah, they've got 20 men left. But I think most of them are going to be able to retreat here. I think that's practically the victory here. We wiped out most of their force. They've got 100 men left at most. They might have like... Oh, actually, no, this town only had actually 420 men-ish. They didn't have the... That was Olmar that had 500 men. This had like 440. I don't know if it's possible to hit this shot. I don't know if that fence or rail's stopping me. Yeah, the last few men are now retreating. We managed to get 58 kills. My party alone, just me and one other troop, managed to get 61 kills. That's insane. The Sturgeon Cavalry managed to get 3 kills single-handedly, which is pretty good for just a regular unit. I can't tell if the last 3 men are glitched. Oh no, it doesn't matter. They're actually retreating. Oh, they were probably doing like the kind of... I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's intended, but they can actually retreat out through the gate to our siege camp. Like, they can retreat from the way we would retreat. We're obviously not going to send in any of our men. I'm not going to send in the lords because I'm not going to kill them off. But we can go ahead and send some... Not insane, but good enough to win the battle, men. Yeah, so we managed to win the town with 15% loot, which is pretty good. And we're obviously going to see if we can get this town. So I'll be back with the vote here, so I'll see you then. We're also going to sell all the loot and stuff. And yeah, we'll be back with the vote, so I'll see you then. Right, so we're back, as you can see. I decided not to give away the Legetta and hope we still get it. Are we going to get it? Yes, we are. That's actually very, very good. We're still going to get the town. I think it's definitely worth the risk. And we can gain massive relation with Heckard, plus we gain the town. That's actually really good for us. We've got 3 towns to our name now. We've got 3 towns to our name, plus we've got like 170 men. I don't know what we particularly want to keep. We probably don't want to keep many of the men here. Yeah, I don't think we particularly want to keep many of the men in this town. Most of them we're probably going to want to take into our personal party. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to organise. Then I think... Oh, Varcheg to besiege. Wait, how are they sieging my town? I was thinking Varcheg, oh yeah, it makes sense. But then I realised Varcheg's my town, so how are they sieging it? Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. Actually, I think we're going to end up the episode here. I think we're going to organise my towns a decent chunk. We're going to let, obviously, Valandia do what they need to do. We did lose Pendriax. We're going to let Valandia do what they need to do. And obviously, I'll give you an update next episode. But what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to disband the army. We didn't lose that many men, but I think we're going to disband the army. We're going to, obviously... organise Revel and Varcheg, because there's a lot of men in Varcheg, like a lot of really good men. So we can move some of them into Revel to defend Revel more. We can get a governor in Revel and kind of organise that, and then I'll be back with probably an Olmo siege or something like that next episode. But obviously we can go ahead and see. I don't really know what's been happening with the visuals this episode, with two of the battles being weird visuals, but hopefully it doesn't glitch in future episodes, but we'll obviously go ahead and see. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching, because I really do appreciate just all the support. I know I say it literally every episode, and I say basically the exact same thing, but I honestly do. I really do appreciate everything, the likes, the comments, just anything. Obviously, if you leave me a comment, I'll do my best to reply. Obviously, I do apologise, because obviously I don't always notice comments, so there might be a few comments where I haven't replied, and obviously I do want to apologise if I don't reply to your comment. I do always intend to reply to your comments, I just might not see it or whatever, and obviously I do apologise for that. But yeah, thanks for watching, peace.